What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you are all doing well. So in today's video, I'm going to show you kind of like a little collective haul. I'm not really one to do hauls, but I've done a little bit of thrifting over the last few weeks, so I thought I would, in this video, show you everything that I have purchased. I am styling it up, or the pieces up as well, so I'll just have cutaways on the side with the looks, and I'm also going to be dropping in some tips to help you thrift better and help you find those gems. So the first tip I would say is to make sure that you have a list when you are thrifting. You want to go to your closet first and try to figure out what those missing pieces are. And usually I find that your way to figure out what is missing in your wardrobe is when you are trying to put an outfit together and then you're like, oh, you know, I could wear this if only I had a blank. So you might have to play dress up a bit. You might have a mental note of the pieces that you're missing, but write them down and make a list. So you're just not buying all kinds of things because the price points are lower. You want a list so you're actually buying things that you really need and you're being intentional and just not bringing things into the house just because. So that's tip number one. For my outfit, first outfit, all black classic outfit. The item that I thrifted was this black turtleneck. I'm not a huge turtleneck fan, but I think having a black one is sort of like a staple in your wardrobe because you can layer it or you can wear it under or on its own. So this one I like because it kind of has like a shirt collar detail to it. And it's a cotton turtleneck. It might be a bit of a blend, but a cotton turtleneck. I'm just pairing it with the black skirt that you would have seen in a previous video along with the same belt. Also, I thrifted these black boots that I am wearing as well. I've been on the hunt for a pair of tall black boots. These kind of have a bit of a square toe, a little knot detail there, and they're super comfortable and they were under $15. So that is look number one. Okay, moving on to item number two. Tip number two is to figure out what locations, the best locations for you. If you're somebody who likes, you know, maybe more luxury items or contemporary brands, then you're definitely going to want to source out the stores that are in those neighborhoods. That way you'll have a better chance of finding, you know, higher quality or, you know, more designer pieces. So location, location, location. In this outfit, I thrifted this skirt. It's a midi, not a midi, it's a maxi skirt. Slit in the front, and it was only $5, yes. And I bought it because I had a previous one and I did something to it and we could no longer wear it. So this is the replacement for that. I will say it does run a little bit big, even though it's a size 4 from H&M. I usually wear a 6, but this fits like an 8 or a 10. I'll just get it tailored and I'll be able to wear it in the summer or even perhaps as a winter white look. I've also paired on top this wool sweater that I got from Mango a few years ago, and the boots are thrifted and they are just a tan suede, and of course my red bag to go along with it. Moving on to my third item, the tip for this one, or tip number 3, would be to make sure you dress appropriately. Because I don't know what happened, but ever since COVID and things kind of loosened up, no thrift stores have fitting rooms anymore. They don't open them up for you to try on like most don't, which is really annoying. So you're gonna have to wear something fitted, like a pair of leggings or workout tights and a tank top or a fitted t-shirt, because you're gonna probably have to try on something like in an aisle or on the end of an aisle and hope that there's a mirror there so you could see what you are wearing. So just keep that in mind. Just wear things that are easy to try on, things over top of, slip-on shoes so you're not having to undo zippers and lace up shoes all the time. So just, yes, keep that in mind. That's tip number 3. For item number 3, I thrifted this merino wool sweater. I did find it in the men's section. I love it. One, because of the color. It's kind of like this burgundy color of the season. And it is a polo style, which I'm finding I prefer much better than just a regular pullover. So for look number 3, I have paired this sweater with some camel wool pants. These are some Gucci pants, but I got them again when I used to volunteer for Dress for Success, so I didn't pay anything for them because they were moving locations and wanted to just get rid of a bunch of stuff, so they let us volunteers take a few things. For footwear, I just have on a pair of brown suede shoes. Again, nice comfortable heel. My friend gifted those to me. Gifted meaning that she didn't want them anymore, and they fit my feet. And my red bag to finish off the look. For tip number 4, when it comes to thrifting, we are still looking at fabric content as well as fabric care. Just because it's a thrifted item, I am still looking to make sure that it is a natural fiber or a blend that has predominantly a natural fiber to it. So, you know, we still want to make sure that we're taking care of our health. We don't want anything touching our skin that is synthetic, as, you know, as minimal as possible. And for the fabric care part of it, just because it's secondhand, you still got to take care of it. So you want to make sure that, you know, if you have to dry clean it, you've got the money to dry clean it. If it's a hand wash thing, are you willing to hand wash it? Do you have the time to do that? So I still look at both of these things so that I'm not bringing home something and then it's just going to end up sitting in my closet because I just don't have the time to take care of it, which is why I think a lot of people end up giving away stuff. It's because they just, you know, or don't wear things because they just don't have the time to take care of it. So for the item of number 4, it's this sweater dress. This was brand new with tags on, or the tag on. This is from Banana Republic. It is a large, which I prefer in a sweater dress because some sweater dresses be clingy, y'all, and they be showing every little lump and bump and all the things. So I like mine to be a little bit looser. It does have a nice V-neck here. And it's, you know, about a midi length. So I paired this again with the suede thrifted boots. I put on a brown belt, which I did thrift, but I have to replace because I spilled something on it and don't know how to get it out. And again, the red handbag to finish off the look. Moving on, we are on to tip number 5. And for this tip, I would say when you hit the thrift store, go to the priority areas first. When you make your list, make it in order of priority because you'd be surprised how fast the time goes when you're in a thrift store, and you know, you could be in there all the live long day, and we don't want that happening. So make sure you hit the priority stores on your list. For me, I tend to hit the men's department first, looking for blazers, dress shirts, sweaters. I'll also hit jewelry too, because you can find some good vintage looking pieces in there, statement necklaces as well. So don't sleep on the jewelry section. So for item number 5, I know we are in winter here in the Northern Hemisphere, but this was an item that was on my list. It has been on my list for the last year or so, and it is some white shoes, heels in fact, slingbacks. These were $11.99 priced. I think because I had 30% off, I got them for $8 or something like that. And they were barely worn, super comfortable. Nice cut in the front, and I just paired it with this white jacket that I've had, I'm sure, for at least 10 years, linen jacket, and a pair of blue denims, and just a hot pink bag to throw in a little pop of color. Yes, I know we are in winter, but I'm, you know, if it's on the list, I don't care if it's out of season, I'm buying it, and then I will put it away until I can wear it the following season. So that's another tip in the mix. So for tip number 6, I mean, it should be very obvious, but making sure that you're laundering your items when you get home. But after you launder them, one thing that I do that probably not a lot of people talk about is to sage out, to cleanse that item, because you don't know who had it before you, and you don't know what the circumstances around why it ended up in the thrift store. So you want to sage off the item and make sure that you're clearing it of the energy of the previous owner. Usually I do that and say a little prayer with it, something along the lines of, not to get too woo-woo, but I mean, it's just part of who I am. You know, just dear universe, just lovingly releasing any energy from this item that is not my own, sending it back into the ether so it may be transmuted into like light, love, positive energy, or something along those lines, good energy when you wear the item. You know, make it your own, but the whole idea is to just, you know, clear any energy from the item so that you're not carrying it with you, because things have energy Everything is energy. So we just want to make sure we're not, as an example, if you bought like a secondhand handbag, you don't know if the person who brought that into the thrift store, if they were broke as hell and needed to sell that handbag to make a little bit of money. You don't know if it was maybe a designer bag and it ended up in there because it was a gift from a husband who cheated on her wife and she wanted to get rid of everything. Like, you don't know the energy that that item holds. So just sage, sage, sage. But for item number 6, it's this blue sweater. Again, it's merino wool, some little Calvin Klein CK thing. And I used to have one by Zara and I had to replace it because it got a pull, but it's quite nice. It's a little bit heavier than the last one I had. V-neck, so I can layer things under it like I have here with this white t-shirt. And then I just paired it with a pair of black pants. In fact, my black thrifted pants that I got for $5. Threw on a pair of black booties and my black, what I call my ladylike bag, and away I go. I don't really have anything else as far as tips, except for some people maybe set a budget. I kind of just know how much I'm going to pay for something because I really look at the value versus cost. But if you're somebody that is quite spendy, then make sure you have a budget so that you are just not overspending and wasting money on things that you don't really need. For my last item, it is this wool cardigan. It is navy. It is from Uniqlo. I think it was like 10 bucks or something like that. But I needed another cardigan because I actually really don't have any, really. So I thought this navy one, dark navy, was a great one. In this look, I just paired it with a white t-shirt underneath and threw a scarf on over top for a little bit of warmth. A pair of thrifted denims that are kind of like a boot cut. And then my black, not Chelsea boots because they do have a zipper on them, but just my black flat boots and a bag. And that is look number 6 or 7. I forgot these 2 pieces here, just like in my previous tip about don't sleep on the jewelry section there. I found 2 pieces. Now they didn't come on these chains. I changed out the chain. So it is this pendant. I think it's a moonstone. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna have to find out. But I just switched it out and put it on my Monica Vinader chain. But I love the gold detail around it. It's cute. $3, something like that. And then I also found this on a chain as well that I was not interested in keeping. It has like a double loop thing on the back. And again, I just changed out the chain. And it looks like that when it's on. So again, hit up the jewelry section because you never know what treasures you might find there. All right, y'all, so that brings me to the end of all the thrifted items in my collective haul, if you will. Like I said, I'm not really that much into hauls. I just buy what I need when I need it. But thrifting, you know, you can end up picking up a few more things, but there are always things that I need. So I know a lot of people aren't into thrifting. Maybe they're not cool with the idea of wearing somebody else's things, but I really feel that this is the wave of the future. I think people are leaning more towards being sustainable, more sustainable with the things that they buy and bring into their homes, whether that is clothing, style stuff, or interiors, furniture, and all that kind of jazz. So for me, these are the 5 reasons why I thrift. 1, listen, it's an easy way. If your money's a little funny, this is a great way to still pick up pieces without breaking the bank. It's an affordable option. And there's no shame in the thrifting game. Look, everybody goes through things in life, and sometimes we don't always have, you know, a lot of disposable income or a lot of extra income to spend on things. So this is a great way to still, you know, pick up a few pieces when you need a little boost or you need to add a little something to your wardrobe without spending a ton of money. Reason number 2 that I thrift is because it is better for the environment. The amount of clothes that go into landfills every year, even companies that oh well, yes, donate your clothes, collect your clothes, and then they end up in another country in some landfill. No, these clothes are already on the planet. It is a great way to give them a longer shelf life. Yes, pun intended. That's right. But yes, that's one of the reasons why I thrift as well. You know, we're just keeping the life cycle of, you know, pieces that have been on the planet for a while. You know, keep it going, keep it going. Reason number 3 that I thrift is because this is a great way to find some unique pieces, some one-offs. You know, for me, I like to be a little different. I don't want to be wearing what everybody else is wearing. If I'm walking down the street and I recognize a pattern and I can recognize it where it's from, no, that's just, I don't think that's a good thing. So I like that you can find unique pieces of jewelry or coats, clothing items, and truth be told, most of my favorite pieces in my wardrobe were actually thrifted. So there's something to be said about that. You're not going to be walking around in what every Tom, Dick, and Harry is wearing. You know, fashion is supposed to be personal style. That's what it's all about. So that is another reason why I thrift. And also, another reason why I thrift is because a lot, but not all, of the pieces in thrift stores were better made. You know, back then they weren't doing fast fashion. They weren't churning out and pumping out pieces of clothing like, you know, as they do nowadays. So the quality is better and they're going to last longer. So even if you're buying something that's like 20 years old, chances are you could keep it for 20 years if you take care of it, that is. So that's another good reason to thrift. And last but not least, I'm not super into trends, really. I mean, I like to see what's going on in the world of fashion and what people are doing, but I'm not, you know, I'm not jumping on trends like a lot of people do, because I feel like that takes away your individuality. And again, like, I don't like seeing everybody wearing the same thing. However, if you are somebody who likes trends and follows them and likes to keep up with them, thrifting is a great way to try out a trend without investing a whole lot of money in it, because there is nothing worse than spending like $100, couple $100, or whatever it is, you know, a decent amount of money on something, and then you get it home and you might wear it once, or next season it's out, and then the item is going to sit in your wardrobe and you're not going to wear it because it's like not on trend anymore. So those are the 5 reasons that I like to thrift, and hope that you'll take those on board and consider those when you're thrifting and not be afraid of it. No shame in the thrifting game, y'all. No shame at all. So drop a comment and let me know what you think of this video. Are you into thrifting? If not, why not? And which outfit was your favorite? Would you wear any of them or none of them? So thank you for watching, and if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. If you want to, you can. If you don't, that's totally fine as well, but it's free for you and it helps me. So yeah, that is it. That is all, and as usual, thanks for watching.